What's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel Mayta What Ifs. Today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Was Genius Like Tony Stark and Created His Own Suit. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story. Now before continuing, this shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to Royce Fernandez. Sorry, I had to check up the name again. I forgot the name. Royce Fernandez. Shout out to you, my guy, for suggesting this idea. Anyways, moving onwards, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my main channel, Apollo Uchiha, as well. And if you haven't checked out the short movie there, please do so. I have already uploaded it. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha no Sato. 8 years after the QB attack has happened and transpired. As we go towards the said village to see that it was a sunny day and everything was peaceful in the village. The shinobis were jumping from rooftop to rooftop, patrolling the village and going in and out of the village, doing the missions they were assigned to do. The civilians were on and about with their daily lives as well. As now we go towards the shinobi district, away from the civilian side, where the clans and the clans people resided. As amongst these clans was a house known as the Uzumaki Namikaze household, which was the house owes the current Kage, Minato Namikaze, and his family. As now we go there to see that in the backyard was seated under the shade of a tree a kid with blonde hair and blue eyes, with tan skin, as he was wearing an orange jumpsuit, as currently he was reading a book about how mechanics work and how they could be enhanced. Since he was a civilian born in a shinobi clan, he was not allowed to touch shinobi books because of his low amount of chakra. As now we see, he heard a voice. "Naruto, watch out!" said a voice, as Naruto cautiously looked up as a kunai impaled into his book. As that is when we see a red-headed girl dash towards him. "Are you okay?" Sorry, I kind of slipped." As that is when she was bonked on the head by another redhead who was standing tall, and she glared at her. "Apologize to your brother. I was doing that." "Are you okay, Naruto?" "I'm fine, Kachan." "But seriously, my book is ruined." As Manma chuckled, as he adjusted his glasses, as he too came into display. Him and Naruto and Mito were triplets and were born on the same day, and Naruto was the youngest of them. And unfortunately, because of the Kyuubi's chakra usage by Kushina, Naruto was exposed, and because of that, he had lost his ability to mold chakra. He still possessed chakra, but he couldn't mold it because his chakra coils were defected, hence making him a civilian. As now we see, Naruto then said, "It's fine, but the book is ruined." "Yeah, I get that, Naruto, but don't worry. I am pretty sure that we'll be able to find a copy soon enough. Yeah, Tochan bought this from me when he went to Kumo. I don't think that there would be another one." As that is when Kushina said, "We're sorry, baby. We will buy you, we promise." "Fine, I guess. So, are you guys done now with your training? Can I go, or you want to do more since I want to read more? It's already evening, getting evening, Naruto, so we better head inside." "Oh, okay." As after entering inside, Naruto was still reading onto his book while Menma and Mito were talking. We see that Kushina frowned. "Naruto, place that book away when you're on the dining table. How many times I have told you that?" As Naruto pouted at that while his older siblings chuckled. As Kushina smiled and chuckled at that. She still regretted of hearing how her son, because of her, had turned into a civilian and lost his ability to use chakra. But she vowed that she will make sure nothing happens to him. And as both Menma and Mita grew up, it was revealed to them, alongside with Naruto, what has happened. And unbeknownst to both Kushina and Minato, the two older siblings also vowed to protect their little brother no matter what happens. All the while, Naruto, well, he found solace in his books because he was not very good at mingling with other people because of, well, him not having chakra. Because once he was meeting with this Haruno girl when Mabuki Haruno and the others were at the party, and she outright insulted Naruto for saying that he shouldn't be even born in such a prestigious clan. And since then, Naruto has been feeling quite down about that. As now we see, Mito made sure that her life was living hell after that, but she couldn't tell that to Naruto because in his eyes, she was the best older sister he could have. As now we see, Naruto and the kids then begin to talk, as suddenly there was a yellow flash and Minato arrived there. "I'm home. Welcome back home To-chan, all of them said. So, how are my babies doing today? Well, we have been training. Yeah, training, right, Mito. You almost pierced Naruto with a kunai. What? Said Minato. Are you okay, son? He said, looking towards Naruto. Yeah, I'm fine. Why are you all so worried about me? Not like it could happen. I mean, I put the book in between. Yeah, it's fine. Mito, what have I told you? Do not be careless with your kunais and weapons. Sorry, To-chan. Well, regardless, it is fine. Hey, To-chan, can I ask you a question? What is it? Can you help me buy this book again? Nesama destroyed this one because of the kunai, and yeah, I have to kind of buy a new one now. Of course, son. As Minato chuckled and ruffled his hair. As after that, we see they had a nice dinner and went to their beds. In the bedroom, we see Kushina and Minato talking. What is it, Kushi-chan? Why do you look sad? I was wondering if only I didn't use chakra back then. Naruto would have chakra of his own. I mean, doesn't he feel left out or anything? I highly doubt so. Naruto is, well, quite a reserved child, from what I can tell, and he has always been, well, busy on his own, in his own world with those books. Yeah, I guess you're right, but I want him to have friends and a normal life. I want to see him grow up and marry someone, and also have grandchildren. Of course we will. It's just that he needs his own space and time. Everything will be fine. Just trust in your own son. Of course I do. You better believe it. As now we see time begin to pass by as Menma and Mito reached alongside with Naruto at the age of 13. As they were in academy, we see that Mito and Menma with their friends were walking back home, which consisted of Ino as well as Hinata and Kiba, three of the girls who were friends with Mito and wanted to visit her home since it's been a long time. The only time they visited were when they were quite young, when the incident with Naruto happened. They don't remember Naruto or haven't met him. Ino was amongst them as well, and so could be said for Sakura and Sasuke, who thanks to his father being there, the Uchiha clan wasn't massacred and he didn't turn into a Teme, that is. As now we see, as soon as they arrived and entered, Naruto was the one to open the door. Oh, all of you are here, said Naruto, as his hair has grown longer because he allowed itself to. Why? Because he didn't like going outside and taking care of himself. His clothes were baggy, as his skin has turned from tan to a lot more palish, and his eyes were brightest blue orbs. Naruto, have you been reading books again? Oh, sorry about that, as Naruto brought a rubber band from his pocket and lifted his hair back up and tied it into a ponytail. As some of the hair fell in front of his face, as he then said, with a smile, sorry about that. Oh, I knew you would be bringing friends, said Naruto, as almost all of the girls were looking at him with jaw drops as their eyes were widened. As Mito then said, with a smirk, stop looking at my little brother like he's some sort of piece of meat, you all. As all of the girls flushed immediately. As soon after that, Naruto chuckled. You and your, well, pranks, Nesan. Never change, I guess. Anyways, make yourself at home. I'll be in my room if you need anything. Oh, Naruto, wait. Here, catch this. As a book was thrown at Naruto. Thanks. I need a new notebook to write down notes. Yeah, whatever you say, Naruto. As now we see, Naruto then went upstairs. As after he went there, Menma was smiling at that, and so was Mito. Why did you give him the notebook? Oh, our brother is working on something. Our father has given him the tools, and he has mastered, if you believe me or not, skills of forgery and whatnot from Higurashi shop from the village. He said he wanted to forge and make something. What was it again? A suit or an armor, whatever it was, for himself, and he has been working on it. What is that? How about we go and see that? Said Ino, since he was interested in the boy. As soon as they went inside, they saw that Naruto had taken off his shirt and was in a tank top that was filled with sweat now. As his muscles, even though they were lean and slim, were visible, as the tank top was filled with sweat, as Naruto was working on molding a metal and turning it into a chest plate. And after doing so, Naruto then looked back and was shocked. Oh, I didn't know you were in my shop. As Menma chuckled. Naruto, you're room has grown further. Even we had to take down another wall to expand your room and to turn into your shops. So stop calling it. Call it your room or office or whatever. So how far have you come? Well, I made this. What is this? I call them electrical wires. We have those, Naruto, if you have forgotten. Of course we do, but they're much more. They're heat resistive. That's Naruto drop them into the burning furnace and pick them up again. See? They're heat resistant, as if the wire was red, but it wasn't melted, or even the outer layer wasn't melted. Why did you build this? Only for one reason, for the armor, because it does need some wires and mechanics to move. As then it was shown that Naruto has created a hand piece that was completely done. As Naruto wore it as the armor after a few tinkering, adjusted itself onto Naruto's hand as it expanded all the way to his elbow, as everyone was shocked. What is this? This is the armor that I've been working on. An intelligent armor that is made out of chakra metal, that deflects chakra element and also gives itself a boost and energy when the chakra is absorbed. Seriously, how about we test this out? Yeah, I mean I haven't yet, but what better time than now to try, right? As Sasuke released a fireball jutsu, a minor one, as Naruto then blocked it with his armor hand, and suddenly the armor began to glow as golden linings began to flow by as Naruto's palm opened, and from the circle that was hollow in, golden hue began to glow as huge amount of flames were fired from it. Yes, it works. Yes, I was able to create it. What did you create, Naruto? Said Ino with quiet curiosity. As the other girls frowned because she was getting closer to Naruto, as Mito just chuckled at her friends. She was gonna tell Kachan that her little brother has become quite famous amongst the others, and maybe he should visit out quite a lot. As Sakura was the only one who realized who he was and what she has done, and was feeling a lot guilty of what she has done, but she knew better than anyone not to mess with, well, Mito, because she, after a long time, has finally forgiven her through Ino, that is, and she doesn't want to ruin that to happen because her mother and father had gotten quite a lot of earful to her because of what has transpired in the past. She thought she was above everyone, but here he was. Even if he was cute and handsome much more than Sasuke, she couldn't get close to him now because of Mito. Curse her younger self who blew this chance. As now we see, Naruto then said, I created an artificial chakra pathway. Look, as Naruto opened it with a few taps, as there were a few metal pipes that connected thinly to the whole armor like it was a nervous system. Amazing, Naruto. Have you shown this to Tochan or Kachan? Not yet. It's not complete. I promised them I will show them once it's done. I'm working on the chest area right now. As after that, Menma was quite intrigued, and so were the others, as Sasuke then said, this could change everything. The shinobi warfare and whatnot. Yeah, about that I'm not so sure. I mean, it is a pet project of mine that I've been working on, but I'm not sure that it would work. As now we see, everyone returned back, and Sasuke revealed what he has seen to his family, and they were quite intrigued and surprised as well. So you were saying that little Naruto has built such a thing? Yeah, I mean, this was first time I'm meeting him and been to Menma's home. But yeah, it was amazing. The thing absorbed my fireball jutsu and turned, and suddenly a golden hue became visible in his palm, and a chakra ball was fire. As Itachi then said, so that is certainly interesting. What do you think? I will ask Minato and Kushina. I would like to see that as well. We will see in due time. I guess Naruto was saying that it was a pet project still. Pet project, the boy who created artificial chakra pathways, and not only that, he also created a weapon that allows other chakras to be used against them. That in itself is innovation, my son. He has achieved that not even the history of the elemental nation or the future could have thought of. At least a distant future. I can see it. He is a generational prodigy. It's a shame that he doesn't have chakra, but now it seemingly looks like he's evening the odds. And soon enough, we might see something way, way much more than that. As in the nighttime, Enma and Mito were eating dinner with their parents while Naruto was busy upstairs again and having dinner there. I can't believe you'll allow him to do that. Naruto is passionate about this. Let him work. And I think that our boy is up to something. Of course he is, said Mito. We saw what he can do. The armor that he's creating. Really now. As both of the parents got curious as Manma pointed her in the shoulder. Hey, we're supposed to reveal that, remember? Oh, sorry. Now that you have, please enlighten us. As after Manma revealed that Naruto has created a hand-off piece of armor that was not only able to absorb a fireball jutsu but turn it into a chakra of its own and release it, they were shocked. So Naruto created artificial chakra pathways. Amazing. Amazing indeed. As after that, Minato and Kushina couldn't wait. As the next morning Minato arrived at Naruto's, well, room alongside with Kushina, and they saw that Naruto had already created the chest plate and the back plate as well, and two whole arm sets as well. He was working on the legs right now. As he looked up from where he was seated, placed the shoulder down, and then came towards his parents. Ah, Kajan, Tojan, what can I do for you? As Kushina was smiling approvingly, and so was Minato. Turns out working with metal has its own benefits, because Naruto, even though he was an introvert, was having a lot of exercise because of lifting heavy metals up on his own. And even if he was a civilian, he was 10 times more stronger than normal humans, because why? He possessed chakra. The only thing that he didn't possess that made him a civilian was the chakra coil's disruption that caused him to become a normal civilian. And that is why lifting up alone the heavy blocks were more than enough easy for him. As now we see, Naruto then said, so? Oh, yes, we're here to see something Men Media talked about, your armor. Oh, damn it, should have known. I should have told them. Well, here it is. It's not complete yet, but I'm still working through it. Wow, son, amazing. How is it even powered? How about this? I want to try this as well. As Naruto wore the chest plate, hit me here, as he pointed to the center heart of his chest, with your Rasengan. As Minato's eyes went, no, I'm not gonna try that. Come on, it won't hurt, I promise. It shouldn't, at least. No. Please? You better promise that nothing would happen. I can't live with myself thinking that I hurted my child. It's not, it's experimentational. And I have to be in if this has to work. Okay, here it goes nothing. As Minato, reducing the power of his chakra, hit Naruto with it. As suddenly, a blue light began to glow down as Naruto could sense the whole pathway is activated. As soon as it did, Naruto then wore the other pieces of armor. As the palms began to glow blue as well. Because the chakra was made of, Rasengan was made out of pure condensed chakra, it acted like a core of a sort for the armor. As Naruto used his palms to use thrusters, as he was now levitating in air, as Naruto chuckled, this is so cool! As, surely enough, the light began to vanish because of the low-powered chakra, as thrusters then began to flicker, and then Naruto fell down. Ow! Are you okay, son? Yeah, I'm fine. How much lower did you chakra use in that? Quite the lowest, son. That is why it ran out so quickly. Because I did the calculation. The chakra of Rasengan is more than enough to power the armor for more than a day. Seriously? Yes. And until I come up with a source of how I'm gonna use that. A proper source of a power for it. As Naruto was thinking that he needed a power source, while Minato and Kushina were impressed. Their son has created an armor that could use a jutsu as a power source, especially his Rasengan. As after that, Minato used a full powerful Rasengan and slammed it in Naruto's chest, causing the power armor to power up again. And this time, he then said, okay, Tojan, I want you to give me and hit me with your other jutsus. And soon enough, Naruto was hit with lightning style Raithon Kunai Jutsu. As Naruto deflected the kunai, but the Raithon chakra was absorbed, and soon enough Naruto discharged huge amount of lightning across from his armor in a radius. Cool, right? As Naruto then witnessed that his core was still glowing. As Naruto then took it upon himself to demonstrate, he used the core as a power source to fire chakra blasts, as everyone was shocked. As Menma and Mito also arrived there to see what was going on. It is amazing, Naruto. It seriously is. As surely enough, Now he knew that Minato had to show this to his friends and as well as to the council because they will demand to know what happened in his home since there was a huge hole now. Jeez, Naruto, you created such a huge hole. Sorry about that. I wasn't thinking that through. Yeah, you weren't. Oh no, the council is gonna demand to know that. And so they did. And surely enough, Naruto revealed his armor that was still incomplete and in progress, and they were shocked enough to see this and impressed. The warfare will be changed forever with this. But the power source is the problem, said Hiruzen, from what I can tell. Chakra from a Rasengan can work for only a minimum amount of time. Yes, it's a temporal form. When the armor is away from prototype and fully complete, by that time I hope to develop a source of power already. We highly doubt that you will not be able to do so. You have already proved Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze that how much talented you are. And surely enough, Naruto within 2 more years as he reached at the age of 15 was able to create an armor. An armor that was painted in golden and orange with red stripes in it. As Naruto wore the metal armor suit and then placed a core into the chest of it, the core began to glow as the whole armor was powered. As Naruto was now in full control. As Naruto then said, system, use thruster 10%. As thrusters ignited, as Naruto was now hovering in the air, thruster 40%. As Naruto took it after opening the roof shed into the air and blasted across the whole village. As everyone at first was alert, and surely enough had gathered and signaled the armor to fly down because they knew who it was. As Naruto landed atop of the Hokage monument, as the whole village was mesmerized by the flying man. As after landing there, Naruto lifted up the armor plate and looked towards Minato. See, I told you I'll be able to do it. Naruto, I'm proud of you, my son, but when did you make the core? I've been working on it for the past 2 years, remember? Yes, we have been, but I thought you were nowhere near. I accidentally made up this formula while I was mumbling happily in sleep while raging, and it worked. That is amazing. What can it do? I mean, it can fly at blinding speeds. I haven't tested it out. Okay, do so. As now we see, Naruto then took it upon himself into the air, causing huge shockwave to appear. As Naruto flew into the air first, and then the sound came, ripping out the ears. He broken the sound barrier itself. As soon enough, Naruto flew back and landed there. As Naruto then said, I just circled around the whole elemental nation. As Minato was shocked, it was less than a minute as Naruto was able to circle all across the elemental nation. And not only that, Naruto was not even hurt. As Naruto then said, I feel amazing. This is awesome. Can I become a shinobi now? Of course you can, said the whole council, agreeing to this, because they knew this powerful weapon was addition to their arsenal. But Danzo, he wanted more of it. And some of the councilmen looked at it with greed-filled eyes. I think it would be best if it remained with the Uzumaki no Mikaze, since it was created by Naruto. He doesn't have to share it with the village, and he can still be a part of the village as well. And only those who he chooses will be able to allow to pilot that thing. Is that correct, Naruto? Fine by me, Gigi. Alright, then it is decided. As Minato knew what Hiruzen did and decided it was best in case for all sorts of action. Soon enough, the news spread across the whole elemental nation, and many people wanted that weapon for their own self. The Daimyo was impressed, seeing that the young Uzumaki was able to create such a thing. And that is why Iwa, Kumo, and Kiri feared Uzumakis. They were always creative, creating the next best thing, and they felt jealous of it when they didn't share. Now, the same sort of target was painted on Naruto's back, and they were coming for him. But surely enough, when they tried, Naruto, who has laced his old lab and home with security measures, was able to counter them. But Danzo had other plans, alongside with Orochimaru, who also wanted that piece of tech, alongside with Snow Country, and even Kumo, Iwa, Kiri, all joined together. Then even Akatsuki did. And they started a civil war, an unrest, and that turned into a full-blown war between the 3 elemental nations and traders, alongside with 2 minor nations and Konoha on its own. Suna remained neutral and turned to the other side, turning a blind eye. As that is when Naruto, using all of his weapons, had created an ultimate armor, the silver armor. As Naruto armor began to grow after combining other pieces that he has installed over the course of years and turned into a mega mech armor. As Naruto glared down on the others with a huge proud swirl displayed on its both shoulders, that it was an Uzumaki deck. And opening its chest, a huge beam was beginning to charge from the nature chakra itself. As Naruto said, surrender or there will be retribution. But they didn't listen. Don't make me do this. We will. After we're done, we're taking those girls as our slaves as well. This was more than a last straw as Naruto fired it. With a single fire alone, everything in its vicinity was eradicated. And it became the last ground, the final ground, the ground zero of those who have perished there. It was a huge tragedy for the other elemental nations, but a victory with hollow joy in case of Naruto, because the weapon that Naruto used was 100,000 times much more advanced than anything the Snow Country has ever seen, and dangerous, even more so than anything. Konoha has basically gained the level of God in terms of power in the rest of the elemental nation, as Naruto felt guilty about eradicating so many people, but he knew he had no other choice. Danzo was executed alongside with Orochimaru, who all wanted Naruto and cursed him because he was smart enough to figure them out and their well-meaning behind it. But Naruto, he could care less about them. What he cared about was the deaths of so many. How he wished that this didn't happen. He visited the ground zero multiple times, cursing himself and his rage that allowed him to do this. He just wanted to scare them, not use the damn weapon. He was so much afraid that he destroyed the notes and dismantled the whole thing part by part and destroying the parts themselves so nobody could create it. He even asked Ino to seal away his memories of such, leaving him with only one armor, the first Mach 1 that he created. The Mecha one that he called the huge one was destroyed and dismantled because of the tragedy that has struck. And since then, Konoha and especially Naruto was respected, feared, because he had given them multiple chances and people knew they didn't listen. Naruto had straws that were broken, and then all hell was broken loose by that man that couldn't hold his anger. As now we see, time began to pass by, things began to heal, and soon enough the elemental nation saw this as nothing more than a tragedy and the arrogance of those old fools that led foolish people, young people, to their deaths. And as for Naruto, he had forgotten about it, and nobody talked about it as well, since Konoha has said so. And as for Naruto, his life moved on, and he was now in a predicament, because both Kiba, who was a girl by the way, if you have not forgotten in this dimension, and Hinata, alongside with Ino, were on his ass to marry him, as Naruto was running away while Menma was drinking with Sasuke. I can't believe you're even marrying Teme. Even if it is my obnoxious sister, you are still marrying someone. But me? Why do I get to deserve being alone? I mean, look at him. He has even 3 girls chasing after him. Sucks to be you, Dobe. I guess I'm kind of okay with that, Teme. I mean, look at Naruto. The poor boy is horrified. Yeah, tell me about it. As now we see, Sasuke said, what about Sakura? She has... No. If anything I hate more in this world is that girl. My sister and I both end up alongside of her family. She's caused enough grief to my brother. And because of her, Naruto wasn't able to make friends. But I'm glad that he turned out the way he did. Kind-hearted. Stupid. Somewhat arrogant, but kind-hearted in the end. Or a knucklehead of a little brother. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't have him any other way, right? Of course I won't. Naruto tried to use the armor to fly. Thanks, Nissan! As Naruto using the thruster tried to fly away, but Mayta holded him down and slammed him to the ground with chains. No, little brother. You know the rules. You can't do that. While the other older people, such as their parents, sat down and enjoyed this, because this was certainly funnier than any soap opera or comedy show they have witnessed ever. As Kushina and Minato were even enjoy this. Even if their son was in a pitiful and miserable state, it was quite fun to watch. as this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my main channel, Apollo Uchiha, as well. And by the way, if you haven't checked out the short movie still, then please do, now that you have listened to this story. Anyways, enough said. This is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.